Welcome to After Hours. My name is Rictor. I am your host.
Rictor!
What?
Leave him alone!
This shit is real.
Now we got Rictor going. We're going to have to hear about it all night.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of screaming memes out there, and that's the scoop that has been reported so far.
Thanks for dropping me like a stud.
I'm not interested in believing in something. Either it's real or it's not.
By your opinion that you are no-kill, you are dooming the species to be extinct.
They are what they are. It doesn't matter what we call them. Let's remove ourselves from them a little bit. And I think that's something that the Bigfoot community can actually learn a little bit from.
I actually am trying to push the envelope of science here.
When are we going to make a video, Rictor? And I mean not an X-rated one.
Dr. Todd, you've also been called the scoff dick.
Yeah, well, have these creatures stood against a backdrop of trees, I probably never would have seen them.
You can't talk about
I can! So you guys are gonna bag a Bigfoot and get us a body.
We're giving it our best efforts.
We thought that we had the holy grail of DNA.
Our hero, Bob Gimlin's with us.
Hello, is this thing on? Am I muted? Can you hear me?
Hey, Rictor, I've got a question for you. How does it feel to lose Bigfoot Bounty?
My question is, why do you think Bigfoot is real?
Rictor does put a lot of effort into his costuming, doesn't he?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
by effort, if you mean bending over and picking up whatever's on the floor.
My!
Well, in my opinion, After Hours with Rictor is the #1 Bigfoot webcast.
What's your name again?
Don't piss Rictor off.
Hey everybody, Jamie here with the Bluff Creek Project. We're down here at Twin Lakes with Steven Streufert and Rictor and the dog Abby, and we are just hanging out and keeping it real, having a good time.
What are we going to do?
We are going to go and check the SD card on one of our trail cameras.
the bear wallow,
The good one.
where the bear humps the ground.
Yeah.
Now, how far are we from the nearest bit of civilization?
About 40 miles.
I noticed the mosquitoes.
Yeah, maybe
around.
40 miles from the nearest town. So, yeah, eat that, Stacy Brown.
I like you already.
Hey, wait, are you wearing shoes though? I mean,
We are wearing
you can't
shoes.
wear shoes.
Well, we're not that far away from civilization. I don't know if you noticed the Mustang right here.
Hey, I
And
in style.
and I'm gonna steal this phone. So this isn't just any Mustang; it's a V6 Mustang.
Vroom, vroom.
And yeah, it's enough said. And there is a Prius, so we're not too far out. But this is one of our more accessible cameras, and Rictor's only up for a day, and so we're gonna make the best of it and check one of our cameras.
Why don't you record the bumpers?
Where'd he go?
Oh, dude,
There they are.
I'm not holding any fucking things for now.
So, what are you guys up to?
I don't know. Picking our asses, scratching our noses,
This is what you call a DNA
digging
kit.
in my ear.
This is
for
probably the
earwax.
very first DNA
Rictor's
kit.
gonna extract some DNA from me and Steven at the time. What the f*** is going on?
Look at this.
Jesus. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Jesus Christ.
That's in case
First,
What is this?
is it a sterile tube?
Where do I put this
if you
thing?
find a wounded.
Where does this go?
Surgery.
Rictor, where the f*** is... What the hell do you have planned out here? Jesus Christ. This is a trail camera project.
That's in case Justin Smeha shoots one.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we
He
can get a
gets to-
semen sample.
He gets to do the reparative surgery on the thing.
We are prepared in the event we find any unusual DNA samples.
Yeah, I think Rictor wants to get one of our DNA samples.
I promise not to swallow it.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ. All right, that's enough. That's enough.
You know how to push the button.
I am putting the camera down and have a good time.
Right now, as we speak, Abby, the Bigfoot dog, is at Bluff Creek looking for Bigfoot. And she's ready. Okay, let's go.
what they call the dying Bigfoot.
You know what my dog is like. What the hell are you guys doing?
Fucking crazy humans.
Funny. Hey, welcome to After Hours with Rictor. This is a very special edition, After Hours on location at Bluff Creek with the Bluff Creek Project guys. We have Jamie Wayne. Say hi, Jamie.
Hey.
And of course, Stephen Streufert from Bigfoot Books.
Howdy.
Now, here we are. We're near the actual film site. By how far? What?
It's kind of a ways, 20 miles by the road.
Yeah, we're at least 30 miles away.
Well, as the bird flies, it's probably about 7 or 8 directly over the ridge.
The reason why we came to this location is because I helped Jamie and Steven with the trail cam SD card change.
Yeah, we forgot our SD card and Rictor had one, so he let us borrow it.
My contribution to the Bluff Creek project. Hey.
Thanks, man.
Hopefully it's not full of a lot of Rictor footage on there, right?
Never know.
Could be.
In all seriousness, guys, Tammy can't be here, so she always begins our webcast with the following question. Why do you think Bigfoot is real? Start with you, Jamie.
Well, I don't think Bigfoot's real. I think it's fake.
So you devote all this time? No, you're joking. Come on.
Open mind, maybe.
So you're skeptical?
Well, Steven and I live here, and people say there's a Bigfoot running around. We haven't seen one, so we put trail cameras up to see if there's really a Bigfoot running around. And
how many trail cams you got?
We have about 20, and we haven't seen a Bigfoot yet, but we are optimistic.
Well, yeah, we're not interested in believing in this thing. We'd like to see it ourselves. But we do give some credence to the claims of people who see them. So what we're doing is we're investigating the issue on the ground in the area where they're most noted for being historically. The Bluff Creek watershed is world famous, of course. So we come up here and we test the hypothesis, with our cameras and just by being here and looking around. It'd be nice to see Bigfoot signs, but usually what we see is bear tracks, something like we saw up there with the fox digging in the duff. Many other people would say those were Bigfoot tracks. We don't do that. We're not in the mode of presupposition, where we're just assuming Bigfoot's everywhere.
Now, online, Stephen and Jamie both run a Facebook group called Coalition of Critical Thinking and Satire in the Bigfoot community.
Well, we took the satire out.
Well, with me being there, it's still satire. All right, so Stephen, you have kind of gained a reputation for being a non-believer, a total skeptic, but that's not quite true. You think there could possibly still be something out there. Why?
Well, like I said, I'm not interested in believing in something. Either I know it or I don't, and whether either it's real or it's not.
So where's the foundation for you to stand on to even think that it could possibly be real?
Curiosity?
Patterson Gimlin film?
Curiosity.
Let me talk about this. This one time, Steven and I and the crew, we were hanging out down in Louse Camp, and we heard whirring, like a whizzing sound, and we couldn't figure out what it is. Sometimes the creek plays jokes on us and things. And we could hear something coming through the trees. And we looked up and we see an orangutan on a zip line. And it was coming down through the trees. But it was wearing like a football helmet, like an old 1920s style leather football helmet. And it was it just whizzed right through camp, and ever since then I've been believing in Bigfoot.
Right.
I think that's Jamie's way of commenting on anecdotal accounts. Right, Jamie?
Or accounts of things that I've actually seen.
Well, yes, we've seen many strange
things. This is
happen.
the Bluff Creek project. This is, Bluff Creek, not Soha.
That was the ape in the patty suit, you see?
Oh.
Walking on that sandbar that day.
Okay. So you have the Bluff Creek project and you got the film site project. What's the difference?
Well, this whole thing started with our curiosity about the history of the thing. We wanted to find a film site. We didn't know where it was, you know. We couldn't find anybody who could remember where it was, even the people who'd been there back in the old days. So we spent many years actually looking for that, about 3 years. And since then we've had, this is our 4th season of trail camera operations. It's sort of a logical extension, you know, of our being up here. We tried to find the history of the thing. And we ended up being curious, like, well, why can't we see one? Let's see if we can observe one with 24/7, 365 surveillance with the cameras. So Jamie got that whole project going more than any one of us. He's kind of our scientist geek.
That's me.
And but that's the difference. Mostly we were doing history, you know, with the film site project. We found all the locations we could of the historical events up here. You know, the Jerry Cruz tracks, Onion Mountain, Bluff Creek mountain tracks. So we interviewed all the local residents and all the historical Bigfooters and people who were ever involved in the thing that we could find. So we found and documented the film site. But once we had finished that, it was pretty well settled. We had spent enough time out here camping to be curious, you know, where is this Bigfoot that everyone claims? And especially for me, is living in Willow Creek, I'm constantly dealing with people who come up here and claim that they had a million different Bigfoot things happen. But when we come up here, all we experience is owls, bears, frogs, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm very curious whether Bigfoot really is up here, you know, especially because we don't see him. But, you know, Tom Cantrell's group comes up here, they all see Bigfoot.
Yeah, they see 10 Bigfoots per person every time they come out here.
Yeah.
Personally, I think somebody left the gate open on the funny farm.
There you go.
And they all escaped and ran up here to Bluff Creek.
So would you say that the goal of the Bluff Creek project is to get photographic or video evidence of a Bigfoot?
I would not say that.
No.
What would you say then?
Well, you know, in all fairness, that is the goal of the project.
What would you say then, Stephen, if you say you would not say
Is to get a Bigfoot on film.
We are testing the hypothesis. So what we hope to do is have a positive result.
So
that Bigfoot exists.
Bigfoot
right?
is officially in the hypothesis. It's not that we're doing a, you know, we like to say that we're doing a wildlife survey up here. We're just surveying the animals. But Bigfoot is definitely in the hypothesis, and we are testing that Bigfoot hypothesis, that there's a 8-foot tall monkey person running around the woods up here in Bluff Creek. So we are here in Bluff Creek, and we have cameras out here working 24/7.
But that doesn't mean we presume that Bigfoot exists. And people are always confusing this. We say we're doing a trail camera project that is looking to test whether Bigfoot is real or not. That doesn't mean we assume Bigfoot's real and we hope to get it on camera, and then we're going to compare ourselves to Kelly Shaw or whomever else might be putting up trail cameras.
Talk about somebody left the gate open at the funny farm.
Yeah. I mean, if Kelly Shaw were here, he would already have found 12 different instances of Bigfoot evidence.
Okay, now, for all fairness, who is Kelly Shaw?
You know, I have no idea. You know, I'm sure he could come up here and set a campfire, and Bigfoot would come out here and make love to him all night long.
People like Kelly Shaw, who in 2013 snapped a photo of Bigfoot here in the Rocky Mountains. He started his own Bigfoot tracking organization and agreed to take me back to the spot to look for clues that would help me in my own search for a Squatch.
Did you guys hear that?
Kelly, that's a cow, not a Bigfoot.
What'd you hear?
There's been sightings all around here.
But
you don't have to make it personal. You just say, who's Kelly Shaw?
You know, I actually don't know. He's just a guy who commented on one of our videos.
He's the guy who got out when they left the gate open. Right?
Yeah.
No, he's the most suppositious so-called researcher out there active currently in the Bigfoot world, short of the blob squatchers who see Bigfoot in every shadow. He's practically there now. And, you know, well, I don't mean to belabor the issue, we're just saying we're not like him. We look as honestly as we can, and we don't assume Bigfoot is everything that happens. We hope for something convincing to show that Bigfoot is real, not just some blurry maybe. But, you know, of course, Bigfoot might not be real. We have to admit that. And I think the longer these cameras stay up, it does give some indication that Bigfoot possibly doesn't exist. If not that, well, it's not here because we've got these areas pretty damn well covered. Where the water is, like here, you know, the food sources are here.
I'll get a shot of that.
So if Bigfoot is here, you would expect it to walk by on that game trail down by the other lake where we have every other species that lives out here walking by. For Bigfoot not to go by that camera, he'd have to go somewhere else for food and water, pretty much. And that's kind of ridiculous to think because how many miles is it to the next water source from here? You know?
10 miles.
This is prime territory. That's why all these barred owls are up here in the trees.
Yeah.
But those barred owls are not Bigfoot.
So there's one thing that works against you in regards to trail cameras. There's quite a bit of theory that these hairy creatures, if they exist, can see infrared light.
Well,
how do you combat that?
The cameras don't put out infrared light. So that's
what's
my,
the
you know,
light
it's
then?
like,
it's a common
misconception. It's a common misconception with people that don't understand the technology around the cameras.
So what's the light then?
Because the cameras don't put out any light, they just take in light. When they're triggered, they put out light at night just to illuminate stuff. They have an infrared light, but by that time...
So there is an infrared light?
Yeah, but you already got the animal on camera. So there's no... Well, the camera's just sitting there. There's no light.
So it's not like a beacon going off and they know to avoid that tree. It's when they get caught, infrared light comes on.
For the most part, that's just what we like to call, you know, naysayers. Just people that talk and they've got nothing better to do, I guess.
Well, it's special
so we're
cleaning fallacy.
we're just gonna keep on putting cameras up and seeing what's out in the woods and taking good notes and if anybody doesn't like that, then they can come all the way out here to Bluff Creek and they can talk to us in person.
There's personal invitation to Sharon Hill. Come and do some serious skeptical investigation.
That's a real offer. Anybody who wants to come out here to Bluff Creek is totally welcome to come out here. You can either contact us, we'll give you information on how to get out here, or you can just come out here on your own and hang out and check out the area by yourself, and you can see how few Bigfoots are in the area.
You left out the psychological screening test that we...
yeah, we have a psychological screening test first, which most...
I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Well, Rictor passed it, so that's... It's not that hard.
F plus. F plus. We've got low standards.
F plus is better than nothing.
Actually, we don't have any standards.
No, well, we have standards for thinking and assumptions about what we see on our cameras, and we have plenty of blurry blobs of brown, right? Things moving by the camera. We could have submitted these as Bigfoot if we were like a lot of these other research groups.
We probably have maybe 20, 10 if not 20 different things on camera that you could call a Bigfoot that are just furry things in front of the camera. But the way our cameras are set up, there's usually more than one camera watching the same area, or cameras watching cameras. So we have a lot of corroborating evidence. So if we get a blurry thing on one camera and then we check the other camera, a lot of times it'll have a bear walking through the area at the exact same time. So more than likely it's probably a bear. So we don't have anything to suggest that there's actually a Bigfoot walking in front of our cameras here.
Okay, so back to the original premise of your project. Who came up with the idea and when did it start?
Well, the Bluff Creek project was a separate idea from the camera project.
Okay.
So the Bluff Creek project was not at first it was not like really organized, huge effort. It was just it arose from a question: where is the Patterson film site? And there's just a group of enthusiasts: Stephen, Robert Leiterman, Ian, that came together and went looking for the original film site, and they found it and surveyed it.
Pull you in closer.
Oh,
it's okay.
He's pulling me in.
Yeah, at the end of that survey, we got Jamie. We got Jamie involved in this. He was doing the mathematical analysis of the film site survey map compared to the aerial photographs that Renee DeHinden had taken. Mosquitoes are getting bad out here. But yeah, so that's how Jamie got involved. He just came in my shop one day and he said, "Hey, I'm a geologist. I can do that math." And that's basically the proof that settled the issue permanently, that we had found the right film site. So once we had done that, and we had Bill Munns and everybody else come out that next year, we had an interest in coming up here. And, you know, the idea arose, mostly Jamie's idea, to put up trail cameras. I mean, this is something we always kind of thought would be cool. Like, hey, I wonder if Bigfoot walks through this film site. You know, but Jamie brought in the initiative and the scientific idea to actually do a wildlife survey. So that's basically what we're doing, and that's what we call the Bluff Creek project, or trail camera project.
So what year would you say? What, 2000?
Well, film site project, we started that officially in 2009 when I met Ian at the Yakima Bigfoot Roundup.
Okay.
That I'd been coming here since 2007 looking around, and Ian was here in 2006. And that's not accounting my totally inept search in 2001 or so, when I got lost with John Green's book in my hand.
And then the trail cam project.
But the trail camera project started in 2012.
Yeah.
That year we started implementing the cameras in the late summer, and so we've had them out here. 2012, you know, we go by seasons here, so 12, 13, 14, 15 is our 4th season. But really, we have year-round cameras now because of these great batteries that Jamie's using. They'll go all year. So we're not doing seasons. We're doing 24/7 surveillance of these areas.
Yeah.
Jamie, you appreciate outside help in regards to funding trail cams.
Yeah.
People can donate to the project. How can they do that?
Well, the way we're set up is we have a crowdfunding page. If people want to put a trail camera down at the Patterson Gimlin film site, they can donate, and we will purchase a trail camera and batteries and install it down there. And it's still your camera. If you donate a camera, that's your camera, and we just operate it. It's through this kind of collaborative effort that we're able to kind of get a lot of work done. If we didn't have people that were passionate about this, we would never be able to get this type of work done. And it's, for the most part, it's small donations that make it possible. $10, $12. We get a lot of those where people are really interested in going out and looking for Bigfoot, but they don't really have a way to get out, or they don't have a research location. If you donate $12 or $10, then that goes directly towards batteries. It doesn't go towards gas or paying cell phone bills or rent. We pay for all that. It just goes into a PayPal account, which we use just to buy batteries and trail cameras.
So how can people donate?
If you go to our Indiegogo page, which you'll probably, Rictor will put it right,
ding,
right here, our Indiegogo page, which is, don't, feel free not to donate. Feel free to share it with your friends, or tell us that we're horrible people and we're, or whatever. But if you feel like you want to contribute and put cameras down here, then by all means, if you want, you can even come down here and hang out with us. We don't have, we don't do like Bigfoot expeditions like some other groups, just because we're not really into the commercial thing. We all have regular jobs. So if you want to donate a camera, you're just on the list to come on down. We have an email list.
We'll also put up Bigfoot books Stephen Streifert's Bigfoot Books address here too for people to mail, if they want to mail a check, if they want to send, batteries, if they want to, send trail
Jamie
cam.
can,
or if they want to send roadkill.
Yeah, bait. We need
Some
baits.
people want to send us, hate mail or something. Feel free to send it all.
Well, Kelly Shaw thinks we really want to just hire graduate students to do our work for us, and that way we can all just sit here on a couch by the lake and drink beer.
Yeah.
That Kelly Shaw, she's a welfare queen.
Stop. We're letting all that out. We're trying to make this as professional and representative of your work as possible.
Yeah. So we just do our best, and that's all that we can offer. And there's noises in the woods of things walking over this way. Did you guys hear that? Something walking over.
Run away! Run away!
Boots on the ground. Bigfoot's coming at us.
Well, Bigfooting, so-called research is not some macho undertaking. We're just investigating. We're out here. We're willing to walk around and look, and I think that's all it really takes.
Yeah.
That and an honest eye to what the evidence is.
So, one thing, kind of a big misconception about what we do is actually really boring. It's really not exciting on the ground. We just do, we're not walking around with night vision, even though Rictor's got a sweet night vision camera here. We just service the trail cameras. We walk miles and just sit there with laptops and download the data from the trail cameras.
Well,
each camera, we have 20 trail cameras. Each one might take an hour to hike to. So
you're leaving out something.
It's a lot.
We do howls.
Well, we do.
We will bang on trees once in a while.
We do howls and bang on trees if we've sufficiently had enough beers afterwards. But
okay, I'm gonna do a Bigfoot howl.
Well, we do go out with night vision and thermals sometimes.
I'm gonna do a Bigfoot howl. You're gonna get a Bigfoot howl.
All right, Rictor's gonna do his best Bigfoot howl.
Hey!
Oh no!
I knew it.
I hear them coming now.
I knew it. Here, Rictor, I'm gonna give you.
Okay, I'll be serious. I'll do a real one.
You're gonna draw in a bear.
I'm gonna do my best moneymaker.
All right, let's hear your moneymaker. Not your moneymaker, but Matt moneymaker.
All right.
Okay.
It echoed.
There you go. That's
all right.
A wonderful
So
echoing
Rictor,
bass in there.
I'm gonna do my Jeff Kelly call.
This is who's that?
We got to stand back from this one.
This is by far the best call in the Bigfoot
painful,
world.
I warn you.
Rictor just stepped back about 10 feet.
Turn your volume down.
I'm gonna point the camera right at him when I do this call.
You can lift it. Just lift it like that.
Oh, okay. There it is. I want to get Rictor's reaction of me doing the Jeff Kelly call.
Wait, don't we get to see you on this though?
Boots on the ground.
All right. All right, Rictor, why don't we go right here? All right, here we go. Jeff Kelly call.
Does he really do that?
Well, what Bigfoot could resist that call?
Does he really do that?
Well, he did once do a very unique Bigfoot call, but of course now we are exaggerating a little. I think it's evolved with time. Wouldn't you say, Jamie?
It's a bit more of a dynamic call.
It's getting more and more crazy as it goes.
Oh gosh, that's just bizarre.
All right, we gotta get back.
Yep, let's start walking.
We've got like a 2-hour drive.
Come on, Abby.
Whose drink is that?
Oh, that's mine. Is that good enough?
That's great.
We could do more to finish.
All right, so get you guys all back into the screen here. Focus, focus, focus. All right.
Perhaps we should end it on a serious note.
It will be. Okay.
That was all for humor.
Yeah, that was definitely humor. We don't do that pretty often.
No,
we do that every day.
We do that in the shower.
Yeah.
Like they say, sometimes Bigfoot is curious, right? So if Tom Yamarone gets to play his harmonica and songs in Louse Camp, then we get to do the crazy screams here.
And lightsabers.
Well, it's, you know...
No lightsabers, Rictor.
So far,
no lightsabers.
It's as effective as any other technique in finding Bigfoot, since no one has convincingly found Bigfoot yet.
Well, congratulations, guys. I think you're doing a job well done. Handshake.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
I see yours.
Thank you.
Yes, so...
hopefully we'll survive.
Definitely keep up the good work. You are...
Yeah, hopefully we won't die on the drive out. We still have like 30 miles to go.
Where our cars are parked is right on the edge of a very active game trail, which has a camera on it.
And mountain lions on it.
Yeah. Mountain lions, bears almost...
Yeah, I'm sure Rictor will splice in the video of mountain lions in between right here.
There you go, right. So that concludes our After Hours with Rictor special edition on location at Bluff Creek with Jamie Wayne and Stephen Streufert from Bigfoot Books. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And just for the record, who has the number one Bigfoot webcast?
Jeff Kelly.
Jeff Kelly.
Jeff does.
Well, yeah,
Take two. Take two.
Jeff Kelly definitely has.
No.
Yeah. You definitely have a webcast. I don't know.
Well,
I didn't come here to get served, like spanked, bent over the barrel.
No. Well, we're just being objective. This is just, basics, Jeff.
We don't really like to take sides too much. We like your podcast, and actually we like Jeff's.
Jeff's got
too,
Jeff has a little bit of production value to his, and he's got a pretty good radio voice.
Jeff has all those like flashing newsy things on the bottom.
Yeah, but he's got a good
and those like cool graphics going across.
He's got lower thirds, which is pretty cool.
I mean, Rictor, he just smokes that bong.
I think he got us mixed up.
Yeah, I can't keep it all straight anymore.
No.
Number one, we'll say, the number one podcast on the
definitely
internet.
Jeff Kelly. Squatcher's Lounge for life.
That Bigfoot Field Reporter show.
Oh, now we're really getting weird. On that note,
After Hours with Rictor, number one podcast
Rick Dyer's
on the internet.
Evidence of Bigfoot blog.
And that's not just Bigfoot. That's not just Bigfoot podcasts. It's all podcasts. No one can compete with Rictor's podcast anywhere. I mean, not even Joe Rogan can.
I mean,
right?
you can compete with it if you have like a camera and are and are able to talk normally. You can compete pretty good.
He does put a lot of effort into his costuming, doesn't he?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
by effort, if you mean bending over and picking up whatever's on the floor
of
his parents' house.
We just want to remain objective, so we got to talk shit about everyone, right? Equally. Right.
Well, not equally.
No, we talk shit about...
Don't these guys remind you of Beavis and Butthead?
we talk the most shit about the person who bugs us the most at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment. We're very in the moment.
Rictor's now bugging us and making us get bitten by mosquitoes.
Yeah, we're being bitten by mosquitoes, Rictor.
We're walking.
All right, we're walking. We're going to get eaten by a mountain lion thanks to Rictor.
So, Jamie, you've recently expanded your research into another state, Oregon, the southern portion of Oregon near Grants Pass.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it?
Well, we went to Soha, and it's pretty interesting. I guess I can start from the beginning.
Hey, my little Squatch monsters! It's time to shake up the Bigfoot community. This is Off the Rictor.
I hate to bring it up, but there does seem to be a connection to UFOs.
Bigfoot's invisible?
Yet they're invisible.
Did he just say Bigfoot's invisible?
Yet they're invisible.
No one's gonna take you seriously.
We know for a fact that squirrels can't cloak.
Oh God, here we go. Make sure your chairs are raised and tray tables locked in the upright position.
If Roger Patterson were alive, he would be kicking your ass. Put down the bong and prove me wrong. God, why am I always having to tell this to you Bigfooters? You want your Bigfoot video to be seen? Now's your chance. How can you look for Bigfoot with all this marijuana smoke? Hey, I'm Rictor. I'm Bigfoot OG.